Welcome to the second part of our video series on sport nutrition labels and what some of the regulations are and how brands can be compliant when they're labeling their nutrition products. We went into a lot of details in part one. In the second part of this series, we're going to deal with the regulations around class 1 and class 2 and third group nutrients. These define how brands label the nutrients that you find in the supplement facts panel as well as within the nutrition facts panel. So we're going to go into detail about that, what some of the rules are and how to be compliant with regard to those types of claims. We'll go even further and talk about other types of language on a nutrition label like structure function claims, benefit claims, and even banned substance testing program marks that you'll find on the label. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Lastly, I want to talk about a couple of different scenarios that have popped up in the sport nutrition industry over the last 5 to 10 years and how the industry has really worked together through trade associations like the American Herbal Products Association or AHPA to solve these problems together and make the industry better for everyone. So let's get started. There are specific rules for how nutrient levels are expressed, whether it's in a dietary supplement, supplement facts panel, or somewhere else on the label, or in a food product in the nutrition facts panel, or somewhere else on the label as well. Let's go into detail. First, let's talk about class 1 nutrients. Whether it's a food or a dietary supplement, class 1 nutrients are generally the same. They are nutrients that are specifically added at specific amounts and labeled as such. These would be the nutrients that are listed in the body of the supplement facts panel, which sometimes is called below the line, as well as nutrients that are specifically added to a food to increase its nutritional value, like fortification blends in breakfast cereals, and gainers. And here's the really important point when it comes to class 1 nutrients. Class 1 nutrients must be present in a product analytically at 100% or more of the value declared on the label all the way at the end of a product's expiration date. You can find a guide for how to test protein-based products for macronutrients as well as micronutrients, vitamins and minerals, amino acids and such on the nutritiondoctor.com. Next, we have class 2 nutrients. Class 2 nutrients apply specifically to food. They are nutrients that must be labeled within the nutrition facts panel. They are nutrients that could be naturally occurring nutrients within the food itself, but with unavoidable variability. This might be the case for naturally occurring calcium in milk or vitamin C in oranges or orange juice. These nutrients are not specifically fortified to the food to achieve a certain level for marketing claims, which would make them more of a class 1 nutrient. Class 2 nutrient must be present at 80% or greater of the level declared on the label. In addition to class 1 and class 2 nutrients, a subgroup of the class 2 nutrients are called third group. So let's go into detail about that special subset of nutrients. Next, we have the third group nutrients. Third group nutrients are those nutrients which have a tie to health promotion and prevention of disease. Third group nutrients cannot exceed 120% of label claim. These nutrients include calories, sugar, total fat, saturated fat, cholesterol, and sodium. In addition to nutrients, you may find other types of claims on the product. Claims that could describe the relationship between the nutrients and the total product to the functioning or structure of the human body, or even potential benefits that you'll get when you use the product first time or over an extended period of time. Let's go into detail about those types of claims. One claim that is used in both food and dietary supplements is the structure function claim. Structure function claims describe the relationship between a nutrient to normal structure and functioning of tissue or body systems. For instance, calcium supports strong bones might be a structure function claim used on a dietary supplement that has a significant source of calcium.
Structure function claims do not use strong directionality in their language, nor do they mention disease states. So a statement such as, "This product builds stronger bone,"
and fights osteoporosis,
is not a true structure function claim. Anytime a structure function claim is used on a dietary supplement, the following language must be placed on the label. This statement has not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Now, this is not to say that the FDA does not receive or review structure function claims. Brands must submit structure function claims to the FDA within 30 days of a product appearing in the marketplace. Another type of claim used in both foods and dietary supplements are benefit claims. These are claims that a product significantly affects the structure or function of body systems or the body as a whole. Examples might be supports muscle development, helps with hunger, boosts metabolism, optimizes body energy systems. In order for benefit claims to be made, there needs to be competent and reliable scientific evidence. Typically, this is in the form of tests, analysis, research studies.
So we've covered a lot of ground as to how nutrition products such as food and dietary supplements are labeled and what some of the rules are, the most important rules. I want to apply some of those rules and talk about some topics of interest, things that have come up over the last few years that have impacted the industry, and we've been able to solve a lot of these things together.
Our first topic of interest for nutrition product labeling is immunospiking. Immunospiking is the practice of counting non-protein ingredients as protein. Example ingredients used are amino acids such as glycine, taurine, and glutamine, or amino acid derivatives such as creatine. It comes down to nitrogen. Whether it's protein or some of these added ingredients, they will all contain nitrogen. And that's what makes proteins and amino acid derivatives different from carbohydrates and fats, is that they will contain nitrogen. So at the lab will assess for total nitrogen and then apply a factor to estimate total protein per serving. If this practice, immunospiking, is done on purpose, it's done so as a means of lowering the cost of the products, in order to have an inflated protein claim at as low cost as possible. In order to deal with this, trade associations such as the American Herbal Products Association defined protein as amino acids that are linked together by peptide bonds. The practice of immunospiking is less prevalent in the United States, but is still seen internationally. Our second topic of interest is calorie counting and making sure that we accurately label calories on dietary supplements. This is important because calories are part of the third group nutrients. There are often overlooked calorie-containing nutrients on dietary supplements, including free amino acids. Now, amino acids cannot be claimed as protein on dietary supplements. However, calories still must be accurately labeled if the total formulation yields 5 or more calories per serving. Building block amino acids, such as the branch chain amino acids and the other 17 amino acids, all will contain calories. So the calories from protein are in the amino acids. And when you formulate with protein building block amino acids, they will have calories. Citrulline is not a building block amino acid, but can still be oxidized in the body, and calories can be derived. In addition, organic acids like citric acid or malic acid will also contain calories. Citrulline malate is a double calorie contributor. Citrulline will have calories and malate will have calories.
Also, in a lot of products in the sport nutrition category, both dietary supplements and sport foods, you'll find marks such as these. which is Informed Choice or Informed Sport, NSF, or Banned Substance Control Group. Now, these are quality test programs that test for banned substances. This is a high level of assurance to professional and elite athletes, college athletes, high school athletes, or anybody that just wants to make sure that the products that they're purchasing undergoes testing and has that higher quality standard. So we're going to leave it right there, and we covered a lot of ground. And if there are any further questions, you can reach out directly to me at The Nutrition Doc on Instagram or Twitter, or at the email address drrobwildman@outlook.com.